Hello, my name is Pusnam Yuri. I teach leaders the secrets of personal development. If you want to do more, it is very important for you to first become more. If you become more first, you can do more. Please, before I proceed, I will invite you to subscribe to this channel so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be one of the first to receive a notification. Please share the video, invite your friends to be part of this journey. In this class, my main focus is to help you understand the secrets of personal development, to help you move away from the ordinary version of yourself to the extraordinary version. In my presentation, I will be using my own personal story and one or two examples from the Holy Bible. In my first video, I talk about personal development wheel. Personal development wheel is a course that I have created a few years ago by the grace of God. A few years ago, I embarked on a major journey, and this journey is the journey of understanding what personal development is all about. And I discovered so many things about personal development. One of them is this: I am my major obstacle. If I change the way I think, if you change the way you think, all of us can achieve better results. So, in my first video, I talk about the need for you to change your philosophy. Philosophy simply means the way you see the world, the way you interpret it. And in my second second video, I talk about the need for you to identify your key skill and develop it. Develop it to a level that it will give you the maximum result. In my video today, I will be focusing on the third step in the personal development wheel, which is your network. Your network. Yeah. Network. Your network. What does it mean? If I am going out, let's assume right now, in the next 1 week, I am going out with friends who love drugs, who love alcohol, who love cigarettes. And then after 1 week, I change my lifestyle. I stop taking, uh, I stop taking drug. I stop taking alcohol, and I stop smoking. Do you think my network will change because I change? Of course, your network will change because you change. So, wherever you are right now, you ask yourself this question: what am I benefiting from this network? If your network is not involved in personal development, you won't have the motivation or the inspiration to also engage in personal development. If your network, if there are people in your network who spend their money on liabilities, certainly with time you will also do what they are doing. So if you want to engage in personal development properly, after changing the way you think, after identifying your major skill, which will serve as a link that will lead you to other areas of your development, the third thing you need to do is to evaluate your network. To evaluate your network, because you cannot change and become water and still belong to the network of fire. You see, so the people around you will either discourage you or help you to become more. When Jesus met Peter and others, as fishermen, he eventually he called them into his network. And what did he say? He changed their philosophy from catching, he changed their philosophy from fishing for fish to fishing for men. Certainly, because they left the network of catching fish to the network of catching men, their network changed. Their network changed. Because eventually, after their biggest success, the Bible says they left everything and then they followed Jesus. That means they abandoned their former network and followed the new network. So the questions you will have to ask yourself is number one, who are who are your friends? Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Identify your friends because I said to you in one of the videos that you don't see things the way you are. You know, it's the saying that I love. You see things the way they are. You know, if your friends, are limited in their thinking, if your friends are limited in their productivity, certainly that will also affect you. And then the second question you need to ask yourself is, are my my friends am I getting involved in personal development? You see, I have left a few networks because when I participated, I discovered that their values were different, were mainly different from my values. So I left. So ask yourself, the friends you have right now, do they love personal development? Are they getting involved in personal development? If they are not, then you have to ask a new question. Somebody says that if you are the smartest in your group, it means your group is too small. How do you know that your network is too small? Out of 100 questions, out of 100 questions, if you are the one answering 99%, just know that you belong to a small network. And then what you need to do is to look for a network of people who know more than you. And instead of you providing 99% answers, probably you are the one asking 99% questions. So your friends, what kind of value are they adding to you? Or what kind of value are they taking away from you? Some of us belong to different groups that are taking away values from us. If you want to move away from the ordinary version of yourself to the extraordinary version, I want to let you know today that your network matters. It's very important for you to be part of a network that is important. So the question is, how do I leave the network? Sometimes you don't have to leave the network of people who are destroying your life. If you change, sometimes they will leave because they will see the change in you. For instance, if you have been taking drugs with them and suddenly you change your way of thinking and you become a pastor who is pursuing righteousness, certainly you don't have to tell them to go. One after the other, some of them will leave you. So if you want to belong to a network that will help you better, you change first. You change, you become better. If you become better, if you become transformed, the other people who are not becoming better, who are not transforming their lives, they are going to see the difference. They are going to see the change and they will make up their minds. So it is very important for you to belong to the right network. I had a story of a man who found an eagle's egg, and then he brought this egg to a mother hen, and the mother hen, hatched the egg eventually. And the mother hen thought the eaglet was one of her own. So the eaglet was busy moving around with the mother hen, following his brothers and sisters. Then somehow one day somebody noticed this eaglet, and the person said to the eaglet, "You are not a chicken, you are an eagle." So he taught the eagle how to fly, and eventually the eagle flew away. And according to that story, the eagle says, I knew that something was wrong with me. So the eaglet changed his network, changed his philosophy, and something changed in him. Me too. I have found myself in different environments, that have encouraged a change in my in philosophy. Number three, what kind, what What kind of environment environment do you need? Sometimes a change in network has to do with a change in environment. You get my point? Some of us are living in environments where people are not engaged in personal development. We are living in environments where people are not entrepreneurs. They are not reading. They are often gossiping. They are often fighting. You have to ask yourself, what kind of environment do you need in order to become an extra person? If the environment you are in right now is not giving you the necessary motivation you need, it is not a crime for you to look for an environment that will give you the right motivation. Look at Samson and Delilah. He had a wrong person in his network, and eventually something happened to him. He was captured, and that led to his death. Delilah was not supposed to be in his network, but he allowed her to be in his network, and that became a very big problem for him. So, as I conclude, I'm going to ask you a few questions. What kind of network do you need? What kind of network are you part of right now? Are the people in that network adding value to you, or they are taking away value from you? What kind of environment do you need to have the necessary inspiration, to have the necessary community that will help you become more, to do more? Don't forget what don't forget the saying I quoted earlier. If you are the smartest in your group, then your group may be too small. If in your group you are the one answering 99% of the questions, then when are you going to have someone to teach you? It is very important in your personal development for you to belong to a productive network. My name is Personal Yuri. It's my desire to help you become more so that you can do more. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I will be uploading videos that will help you grow in your personal development. Bye bye. I wish you the best.